Hi, my name is Chris Unger, and I'm at the Walnut Hill Farm, or the Thompson family farm, which is under consideration for rezoning and development. The Thompson family was kind enough to allow me to garden at this property for the last few years, along with some others, and I'm very grateful for their generosity and, of course, respect their choices of what they want to do with this property. I also realized I have a very strong connection with this place, and so I wanted to show people how I know this property. So this is the view just looking out towards Lee Highway. I love this little gravel road. It's probably been here for quite a long time, and it's always a nice entrance in. There are a few old buildings and vehicles on the property. Everything's pretty much gotten very overgrown. There's an old tractor in one of the sheds. And here's another even older tractor that an oak tree has grown into. This is what's left of the family house, which burned down, I think, in the 80s, and has been completely overgrown since. There's a number of open fields on the property, and I love just the sounds of the insects and the leaves in the wind. This was a really active bee yard, but the beekeeper has pulled most of the hives out over the last year. This is a great area for pollinators. And that's the old walnut tree. This is a spring that's almost dried out now, although the mud is still quite wet. It supports a lot of wood frogs in the spring and is almost always flowing gently. Here's a view from the garden, growing a lot of beans and tomatoes and asparagus, ginger and sweet potatoes and garlic and onions. It's really good soil here. And here's the farm pond, which supports some snapping turtles, green heron. I see ducks in here. It always gets a lot of duckweed through the summer, but clears up through the winter. The stream here is Bear Branch. That's a tributary of Accotant Creek. And it has a lot of the same issues with erosion and channelizing that we see throughout Fairfax County. The bank here is probably 6 feet high. Here's the paved trail that runs along Bear Branch, or the stream valley, and I guess that would be connected up to Lee Highway. There's a dense stand of bamboo that's going up towards 29. You can see some milkweed in front of it. There's a lot of issues with invasives, but also, well-established native plant communities. You can see deer in these open fields. They really enjoy this space. There's at least 2 young bucks and a few does and their young. So this land was part of what used to be a much larger farm property, and over the years sections have been sold off for subdivisions and other properties. It's always sad to see a place like this go, but I'm also grateful for the time that I've had here, and I knew this was coming for a long time. So it's painful to watch, but I think it's also important to practice being a witness, to know what's coming. Pretty much all of the areas where we live and shop and work used to be forest and field, and we've built up and forgotten what was there. And now this is going to be one of those forgotten places too.